They do not want gambling.
These would not be competing with the larger lottery thing, because these are closed membership organizations. We perhaps would have most of the veterans groups meet here to the DAV on 197, which and Chapter 66 of the American Legion are really the only facilities that you have. But only the members would be, and their families would be allowed to be able to use it. So
well. I have supported the fraternal organizations, the veterans organizations, having slots in their halls. We generally have those bills every year. They're frequently county specific. Okay, so I have supported that. Now, I'm not a supporter of slots. I do have some concerns about it and the social cost related to it. But generally, I have definitely supported the fraternal organizations, the veterans organizations, and other organizations.
I don't want to get into the. I don't want to get into the. No, what I'm trying to say is that if it was so bad, then why does West Virginia and Delaware still have them? And I'm not going to. That's all further I'm going to go, because our slots are not competing with theirs. So I don't want to go there. So I mean, if it was really that bad and did a lot of crime, then I'm sure the state would say, well, let's do something.
Here's the issue. The promises made about them, were they kept? Are they in better budget shape or tax shape than our state? That's really the question, because that's what they promised. That's what they promised. They promised to solve budget issues or help mitigate budget issues and help avoid tax increases. And I think if you look across the states, I've done this, you will not find that that is the case.
A few years ago, I read a story in the paper that Nevada had a serious budgetary crisis, and I wrote a letter to the governor asking him had he considered legalized gambling. I didn't get an answer.
Now, they had a billboard. I only saw it one time. They had a billboard going up 95. It said, Delaware put it up here. Thank you, Maryland, for the $750,000 or $750 million contribution to our state.
It's a zero-sum game, okay? It's a zero-sum game. And if you look at where, and I've done these analyses, I've looked at the 12 states that have the slots. I've looked at budgets and tax burdens and budget gaps. And I can tell you, in many cases, they're worse off than Maryland. Okay.
But the difference of it is in the fraternal organizations like the VFW.
Absolutely.
The difference is
you use it for charitable.
We're doing it for charity.
Absolutely.
There's almost no overhead.
And we're self-policing.
Very low administrative
and that's the
cost.
difference.
That's right. And it's all adults. You have to be a member, and there's requirements for it. So that's the huge difference.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, it's a plus to the state, because the Eastern Shore will absolutely show you that they don't need the state assistance for the local community that elsewhere, and they've been doing it for years. So there's a long history.
Like I said, I have supported it for the fraternal organizations and for the veterans organizations and for the charitable, impact and other, for those organizations. I do not support it, however, to mitigate or solve or relieve state budgets and tax burdens. I have not seen where that works. But
one thing we can say is that thanks Senator Peters for this, because in Prince George's County they had a big clamp down on all kind of gambling, including the Nevada machines and stuff where they're really not a slot machine. It's a gaming, in other words. And we pay sales tax on those gaming games. We pay so much, we're not exempt from that sales tax.
Oh yeah.
And we can thank you, because if we wouldn't have got that passed, we probably would have had to close the door at the Legion and the DAV here in Bowie.
Yeah, I know that passed this year. They extended, it was an extension of the exemption. It was set to expire in June of this year, and they extended the exemption to 2012. So we all supported that.
You had the one in Calvert County where the two delegates had the bill to keep basically the facility down on the bay there Chesapeake Beach, you know, at Rod and Reel. I always go in there, and I don't, you know, it looks to me like Las Vegas.
It does. It really does. I've been in there too.
But from what I understand, that their machines do not pay cash.
No.
It comes out in a ticket.
It does.
So
But now so do almost all slot machines.
almost
Yeah.
all slot machines are now.
Yeah, they have to make up the ding, ding, ding in the
Yeah.
in the chip inside. So, I mean, what we're trying to get across is there's ways for the state to help the veteran community without additionally providing scarce tax funds
Absolutely.
for us.
I just wanted to tell you, I wanted to be upfront with you, although I support, you know, I always support the veterans community, and I'm a co-sponsor of most of your bills.
Right.
There is that fiscal note issue, and people may not say that, but the fact is,
yes.
if the bill has a price tag to it, it's going to have a difficult time in committee.
Well, every time we have someone here for the legislator, we get legislation, we find out a little bit more of how, you know, we're just trying to find those secret buttons to push.
One thing you really can do for us is help us to get that slot machine bill out of the Ways and Means Committee.
If you have a friend on the Ways and Means Committee, or talk to our friend Sheila Hickson, whose son is
We
a
get that
Marine
out of
colonel.
committee. Now, I heard a program not too long ago about if the chairman of that committee puts that bill in the drawer, it's not coming out. And no one can force that person to take that bill out of the drawer. And I think something has to change.
Well, that doesn't occur in the Judiciary Committee.
Oh, never.
Never.
It never happened. We should get that story.
Chairman Joe has a large drawer too.
No, we probably consider over 2,300 bills during the 90-day session. I recently calculated all the votes I've taken on the House floor since being in the state legislature, over 4,000 votes on the House
Yeah,
floor.
you cast a lot more votes in the Maryland House of Delegates than you do in Congress.
Yeah.
Because all the requirements, you can't pass a bill, for example, on a voice vote. It has to be, and they're always taking recorded votes.
Yeah. So there are a number of bills that do end up in the drawer. That is true. Although I hear the prospects, I think I've heard the prospects for that bill are better this year.
Oh, good.
Well, you know, our time is running out
It's really
already.
amazing
You know,
how fast that half hour goes.
It
isn't
certainly is. And we want to thank everyone out there for watching Veterans Forum and for Delegate Levi to be with us today. We hope you've enjoyed the program and learned information useful to you. Now we ask you to get involved with other Bowie veterans by actively participating in one or more of the Bowie veterans organizations. And you will see the names and the phone numbers for the American Legion, the DAV, the Marine Corps League, and the Veterans of Foreign Wars. And if you have any comments or questions, just send it here to City Hall, Veterans Forum, Bowie Cable TV, Kent Hill Drive, 20715. And I want to thank Tom Allen as our cameraman and director tonight for his assistance. And thank you for watching.
Good.